Shalom, Shalom, Mashpaka. It's Watchman Yirmiyahu, Qadashayam of Yasharal. Going to be taking a look at this book, the Book of Sirach, Halal Yahuah, Baruk Atah Yahuah Tara. For this yom, please give us your gil, Shalum, Hasad, in your Qadashayam Bahasham, Al-Kal Shamut, Yahusha HaMashiach. Hallelujah. Okay, so the Book of Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus or Wisdom of Sirach, was found in the caves at Qumran, among the Dead Sea Scrolls, also in the Ethiopian Orthodox Bible. While not part of the standard Hebrew Bible, Tanakh canon, Sirach was among the texts preserved at Qumran, indicating its use by the community there. Ethiopian Bible, the Orthodox Church, the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, I should say, has the largest biblical canon, which includes many apocryphal books, including Sirach. Just wanted to get that out there. Let's go take a look. All wisdom comes from Yahuah and is with him forever. Whenever we see this word wisdom, we should think of the Ruach of Yahuah, the Thurah or the scriptures, and also righteousness. Who can number the sand of the sea and the drops of rain and the days of eternity? Who can find out the height of heaven and the breadth of the earth and the deep and wisdom? Wisdom has been created before all things, and the understanding of prudence from everlasting. The word of all Alyan is the fountain of wisdom, Baruk Yahuah, and her ways are everlasting commandments. No, the Ruach of Yahuah is not a female. The Ruach of Yahuah is Yahuah, a mighty man of war. But wisdom in the book of Proverbs, along with foolishness, are likened to these females to do a compare and a contrast. The way that wisdom behaves and the way that foolishness behaves. You got to go to the book of Proverbs, get into the first few chapters there, and you'll really see this and understand this. Baruk Yahuah. To whom has the root of wisdom been revealed? Or who has known her wise counsels? Unto whom has the knowledge of wisdom been made manifest? And who has understood her great experience? There is one wise and greatly to be feared, Yahuah, sitting upon his throne, King Malak Sadak, one Echad. He created her and saw her and numbered her and poured her out upon all his works. She is with all flesh according to his gift, and he has given her to them that love him. Born again, Yashar'Al. If you love me, guard my commandments. The fear of Yahuwah is esteem, and exaltation and gladness, and a crown of praise. Halal Yahuwah. The fear of Yahuwah makes a merry heart, and gives gil and gladness and long life. Whoso fears Yahuwah, it shall go well with him at the last, and he shall find favor in the day of his death. Baruk Yahuah. To fear Yahuwah is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the Amunah filled in the womb. She has built an everlasting foundation with Adam, and she shall continue with their seed. To fear Yahuwah is a completeness of wisdom, and fills mankind with her fruits. She fills all their houses with the things desirable, and the garners with her increase. The fear of Yahuwah is a crown of wisdom, making shalom and perfect health to flourish, both which are the gifts of Elohim, and it enlarges their praise to those that love him. Wisdom rains down skill and knowledge of understanding, and exalts them to esteem that hold her fast. The root of wisdom is to fear Yahuwah, and the branches thereof are long life. Baruk Yahuah. The fear of Yahuwah drives away Hatah, and where it is present, it turns away wrath. A furious man cannot be just, for the sway of his fury shall be his destruction. A patient man will tear for a time, and afterward gil shall spring up unto him. He will hide his words for a time, and the lips of a multitude shall declare his wisdom. The parable of knowledge are in the treasures of wisdom, but the fear of Elohim is abominable to the criminal. If you desire wisdom, guard the commandments, and Yahuwah shall give her unto you. For the fear of Yahuwah is wisdom, and instruction, and amunah, and meekness are his delight. Distrust not the fear of Yahuwah when you are poor, and come not unto him with a double heart. Be not a hypocrite in the sight of Adam, and take taub heed what you speak. Exalt not yourself, lest you fall, and bring dishonor upon your soul. And so Elohim discover your secrets, and cast you down in the midst of the assembly, because you came not in truth to the fear of Yahuwah, but your heart is filled with deceit. Baruk Yahuah. I wanted to take a moment to share some things about wisdom In the book of Job, chapter 12, and verse 13, it says, "With Yahuwah are wisdom and might. He has counsel and understanding." In Romans 11:33, "Oh, the depth of the riches of the wisdom and knowledge of Yahuwah! How unsearchable his judgments and his paths beyond tracing out." 1 Corinthians 1:24, "Hamashiach, the power of Yahuwah and the wisdom of Aluah." Yahusha. Yahuwah is Yahusha. Proverbs 2:6, "For Yahuwah gives wisdom, from his mouth comes knowledge and understanding." Daniel 2:20, Daniel answered and said, "Baruk Atah of Yahuah forever and ever, to whom belong wisdom and might." Psalm 147 verse 5, "Great is Yahuwah and abundant in power, his understanding is beyond measure." James 1:5, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask Yahuwah, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given him." 1 Corinthians 1:25, "For the foolishness of Yahuwah is wiser than Adam, and the weakness of Yahuwah is stronger than Adam." Wisdom isn't just something Yahuwah has, but something that he is and gives. Yahuwah's wisdom is described as immeasurable, beyond comprehension. In the Baruk Atah Yahusha is directly called wisdom of Yahuwah, representing the ultimate manifestation of Yahuwah's wisdom. Yahuwah's wisdom is described as pure, shalom, love, gentle. The fear of Yahuwah is the beginning of wisdom. Baruk Yahuah. All right, let's continue in chapter 2. "My son, if you come to serve Yahuwah, prepare your soul for temptation. Place your heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble." "Cleave unto him and depart not away, that you may be increased at your last end. Whatsoever is brought upon you, take with cheer, and be patient when you are changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable males in the furnace of adversity. Believe Amunah in him, Yahuwah, and he will help you. Order your way aright, and trust in him. Ye that fear Yahuwah, wait for his hasad, and go not aside lest you fall. Ye that fear Yahuwah, believe him, and your reward shall not fail." Baruk Yahuah. "Ye that fear Yahuwah, trust for Taub and for everlasting Gil and Hasad. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in Yahuwah and become confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was then forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? For Yahuwah is filled with compassion and hasad, long-suffering, and very filled with pity, and forgives crimes, and delivers in the times of affliction. Woe be to hearts filled with fear, and faint hands, and the criminal that goes 2 ways, double-minded. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believes not. Therefore shall he not be defended. Give us a double portion, Abba. Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will you do when Yahuwah shall visit you? They that fear Yahuwah will not disobey his word, and they that love him will guard his ways. They that fear Yahuwah will seek that which is well-pleasing unto Yahuwah, and they that love him shall be filled with the Durah. They that fear Yahuwah will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in Yahuwah's sight, saying, we will fall into the hands of Yahuwah and not into the hands of Adam. For as his majesty is, so is his hasad. Baruk Yahuah. Chapter 3. Hear me, your father, O little ones, and do thereafter, that you may be safe. For Yahuwah has given the father esteem over the children, and has confirmed the authority of the mother over the sons. Esteem your mother and father, that it may be well for you. Whoso esteems his father makes an atonement for his crimes, and he that esteems his mother is as one that lays up a treasure. Whoso esteems his father shall have gil of his own children, and when he makes his palals, he shall be heard. He that esteems his father shall have a long life, and he that is obedient unto Yahuwah shall be a comfort to his mother. He that fears Yahuwah will esteem his father, and will do service unto his parents as to his Adonim. Esteem your father and mother, both in word and deed, that a Barukah may come upon you for them. For the Barukah of the father establishes the house of children, but the curse of the mother roots out foundations. Esteem not in the disrespecting of your father, for your father's disrespect is not esteem unto you. For the esteem of a man is from the esteem of his father, and a mother in dishonor is a reproach to the children. My son, help your father in his age, and grieve him not as long as he lives. And if his understanding fail, have patience with him, and despise him not when you are in your complete strength. For the relieving of your father shall not be forgotten, and instead of crimes it shall be added to build you up. In the day of your affliction it shall be remembered. Your crime also shall melt away, and the ice as the ice in the fair warm weather. He that forsakes his father is as a blasphemer, and he that angers his mother is cursed of Elohim. My son, go on with your business in meekness, so shall ye be beloved of him that is approved. The greater you are, the more you humble yourself, and you shall find favor before Yahuwah. Much are in high place and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek. For the power of Yahuwah is great, and his esteem of the lowly. Seek not out things that are too hard for you, neither search the things that are above your strength. But what is commanded you, think thereupon with reverence, for it is not need for you to see with your eyes the things that are in secret. Baruk Yahuah. Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are showed unto you than Adam can understand. For multitudes are deceived by their own vain opinions, and an evil suspicion has overthrown their judgment. Without eyes you shall want light. Profess not the knowledge thereof that you have not. A stubborn heart shall fare evil at the last, and he that loves danger shall perish therein. Yikes. An obstinate heart shall be laden with sorrows, and the wicked man shall heap crime upon crime. In the punishment of the proud there is no remedy, for the plant of wickedness has taken root in him. A wicked root proud. The heart of the prudent will understand a parable, and an attentive ear is the desire of a wise man. Water will quench a flaming fire, and alms make an atonement for Chatah. And he that requites Taub turns is mind-filled of that which may come hereafter, and when he falls, he shall find a stay. Baruk Yahuah. Chapter 4. My son, defraud not the poor of his living, and make not the needy eyes to wait. Make not a hungry soul sorrow-filled, neither provoke a man in his distress. Add not more trouble to a heart that is vexed, and defer not to give to him that is in need. Reject not the supplication of the afflicted, neither turn away your face from a poor man. Turn not away your eye from the needy, and give him none occasion to curse you. For if he curses you in the bitterness of his soul, his palal shall be heard of him that made him. Get yourself the love of the assembly, and bow your head to a great man. Let it not grieve you to bow down your ear to the poor, and give him a friendly answer with meekness. Deliver him that suffers wrong from the hand of the oppressor, and be not faint-hearted when you sit in judgment. Be as a father unto the fatherless, and instead of a man unto their mother. So shall you be as a son of Alyon, and he shall love you more than your mother does. Wisdom exalts her children, and lays hold of them that seek her. He that loves her loves life, and they that seek to her early shall be filled with guile. He that holds her fast shall inherit esteem, and wheresoever she enters, Yahuwah will Baruk. They that serve her shall minister to the Qadashayam, and them that love her, Yahuwah loves. Whoso gives ear unto her shall judge the nations, and he that attends unto her shall dwell securely. Baruk Yahuah. If a man commit himself unto her, he shall inherit her, and his generation shall hold her in possession. For at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline. This is how the Ruach of Yahuah chastises the ones he loves. Until she may trust his soul and try him by her thurah. See? Who's thurah? You got to understand that this is not saying that the thurah belongs to a female. Wisdom is described this way for understanding by Yahusha as the thurah made flesh. It's the word of Yah. Okay, Baruk Yahuah. Then will she return the straight way unto him, and comfort him, and show him her secrets. Keep on, keeping on. Little endurer. Don't deviate from the narrow path. Things are going to be tough sometimes. That's just part of the refining. But if he goes wrong, she will forsake him and give him over to his own ruin. That we do not want, family. Observe the opportunity and beware of evil. Be not ashamed when it concerns your soul. Be bold for righteousness. For there is a shame that brings hatah, and there is a shame which is esteem and favor. Accept no person against your soul, and let not the reverence of any one cause you to fall. Strong stuff. Refrain not to speak when there is occasion to do righteousness. Hide not your wisdom in her beauty. See, sometimes we shrink back because we think that those who hear of it will not appreciate it. But the word is instructing us to not withhold it. For by speech wisdom shall be known, and learning by the word of the tongue. In no wise speak against the truth, but be abashed of the error of your ignorance. Sometimes people want to sugarcoat the Ra to try to make it more acceptable, and this is error. Be not ashamed to confess your crimes, and force not the course of the river. Yashar'Al. Make not yourself an underling to a foolish man. This is talking about a rebel, a disobedient son, one who winks at Hatah. You see, a transgressor. This is what it's talking about. Not just somebody who makes poor investment decisions or whatever. Foolishness is the opposite of wisdom. Neither accept the person of the mighty. It's not about this. It's about wisdom, righteousness. Baruk Yahuah. Strive for the truth unto death, and Yahuwah shall fight for you. Be not hasty in your tongue, and in your deeds slack and remiss. Be not hasty in your tongue, Yarmiyahu, and in your deeds slack and remiss. Be not as a lion in your house, nor frantic among your servants. Yashar'Al. Let not your hand be stretched out to receive, and then shut when you should be repaying. Rather, be quick to give and slow to receive. Be quick to listen and slow to speak. Baruk Yahuah. Chapter 5. Place your heart upon your possessions or belongings, and say not, I have enough for my life. Follow not your own mind and strength to walk in the ways of your heart. The heart is deceitfully wicked above all things. Who shall know it? And say not, who shall control me for my works? For Yahuwah will surely revenge your pride. Say not, I have transgressed, and what harm then shall come upon me? For Yahuwah is long-suffering. He will in no wise let you go. Even if it doesn't come upon you right away, it will in time. Concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add crimes upon crimes, And do not say, "Oh, his hasad is great. He will be pacified for the multitudes of my transgressions." For hasad and wrath come from him, and his indignation rests upon criminals. Don't be lawless. Make no tarrying to turn to Yahuwah, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of Yahuwah come forth, and in your security you shall be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. Tomorrow's not promised to anyone. In fact, we don't know how much longer we may even have this very day. The day of vengeance doesn't only just mean that great and terrible day of judgment. It could be the last day of your life. Place not your heart upon possessions that were gotten that you didn't work for, that you didn't earn, for they shall not profit you in the day of your troubles. Winnow not with every wind, and go not into every way, tossed to and fro on every wind of doctrines. For so does the criminal that has a double tongue. Double tongue. Be steadfast in your understanding, and let your words be the same. Be swift to hear, and let your life be sincere, and with patience give answer. If you have understanding, answer then your neighbor. If not, lay your hand upon your mouth. Esteem and shame is in talk, is in speech, and the tongue of man is his fall. Be not called a whisperer, and lie not in wait with your tongue, for a foul shame is upon the thief, and an evil condemnation upon the double tongue. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small matter. Baruk Yahuah. Wow, what a great book so far, family, huh? It's pretty long. It's got 51 chapters. So I'll be trying to break it up into parts. And maybe we'll see. Yahuwah knows. Maybe 5 chapters at a time or so. So halalu Yahuwah Tara for joining me, for listening to these great words of wisdom from Yahuwah. And may Abba barak you and your house, and give you Shalom and Gil and his Asad. Pursue righteousness. Be bold. Do not shrink back to be a pleaser of man. Fear Yahuwah and please him in all your ways. Shalom, Shalom. By the power and will of Yahweh, Yahusha, the Messiah, the one who we love him because he first loved us, right? Because while we were yet enemies at enmity with the Most High, he humbled himself, he took on flesh, he took on the role of a servant, he lived a perfect, righteous, or Qadash life. He willingly laid his life down, no one took it from him. He bore our iniquities on his body. He was impaled on a tree. He was in the tomb 3 days, and he rose again in power, in sovereignty, in majesty, in all esteem. All esteem Yahusha. Yahusha comes in the name of the Father Yahuah. Baruk is he who comes in the name of the Most High. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. You'll also find the email in the description of all YouTube videos. So send us a message, a praise report, a prayer request. Much love.